Previously on Homestuck, a dude was flying and there was a tree somewhere and a guy with mailboxes. Enjoy. Hello everybody, we are back with more Homestuck and Kristen and Red are here. Say hi guys.
Hey.
Hello.
And so where we left off, we a lot of stuff happened where like this dude was flying and there was a tree somewhere there and a dude with mailboxes. Don't know what was going on there. But we will find out because we're gonna keep reading. We're gonna start that like right now. So let's keep reading. Let's go. End of Act 2. Wow. If only I had ended there last episode.
I thought about that because I had gone to the next page after you quit recording, and I was like, oh,
Yeah.
darn.
Oh well. End of Act 2. Dear John, Colonel Sassacre's daunting text of magical frivolity and practical jabery. The Colonel amuses men marginally less soused than he on a sweltering Mississippi evening. In true Sassacre form, he puts his astonishing julep intake to use with a textbook encounter of Butterfinger's solitaire. Dear John, you are no doubt reading this as a handsome and strapping young man. I can't read it. It's so hard to read this.
It has the text right underneath it, if you didn't notice that.
Oh, okay.
Me too.
Dear John, you are no doubt reading this as a handsome and strapping young man. Why, the man-grit needed to lift the book itself is a sign of your maturity, not even to speak of the wisdom needed to grasp the nuance of Sassacre's time-tested mischief. I am so proud of you, grandson. How I wish I could have delivered this heirloom to you in the flesh, but I'm afraid it wasn't in the cards. For you see, John, like you, this book must yet take a journey. Its journey will end on the final day of my life, and even then will continue some, though I suppose that will be up to your father. Perhaps he will discuss it with you one day, when he and you are ready. But it is your journey I am writing about to wish you luck. There will come a day when you will be thrust into another world, and once you arrive, that is only the beginning. You will soon delve even deeper into a realm of warring royalty in a timeless expanse, a realm of agents and exiles and consorts and colonel sprites, of toiling underlings and slumbering denizens, a realm where four will gather, the heir of breath and seer of light, the knight of time, and the witch of space, and together they will ascend. John, if only you knew how important you were. I regret my passing came so early in your life, and yet I feel in my heart we have already met. But what I know for sure is that we will meet again. Until then, John, I do hope your father keeps you well fed. With love, Nana. P.S. Hoo-hoo-hoo! That was very sweet. And apparently, from what I can gather, she already knows about all this stuff, even when she was alive.
Yep, there's some time shenanigans that happen.
I see. All right, ladies and gentlemen, here we go on to Act 3.
It is finally my time.
A silly girl naps by her flowers. It is quite likely that she tired herself out with a variety of silly antics, as silly girls are often known to do. She may have a silly name, too. Or maybe not. It is hard to say for sure without asking her. But since she's slumbering peacefully, it would be a shame to wake her up. You might as well just give her a name right now. Enter name. Farm Stink Buttlass. I guess her name is Farm Stink. Wake up! You try to roust Farm Stink from her slumber, but she is really down for the count. It looks like she is holding some sort of note. Retrieve arms from... They're right there, in plain sight. Look, they're flashing red. Drop pumpkin on farm stink. What pumpkin? You see no pumpkin, and frankly it is hard to imagine there ever was a pumpkin, in plain sight or otherwise. Anyway, that would be a really terrible thing to do to poor sweet farm stink.
If you notice, that's the pumpkin.
Yeah, I noticed. That's the pumpkin that was purified by the wayward vagabond in a previous episode. Read note. Farms? Oh, this is you. This is you.
I was about to say, should I read this?
Read it!
Farm stink? That is incredibly silly and a little bit rude. My name is...
Jade Harley. Oh, she's up. She's up. Examine room. Looks like there's a lot of flowers and vegetables growing here. How wonderful. Your name is Jade. You have just woken from a restful nap, and as usual, you have no recollection of having fallen asleep. You have quite a number of interests. So many, in fact, you have trouble keeping track of them all, even with an assortment of colorful reminders on your fingers to help you sort out everything on your mind. Nevertheless, when you spend time in your garden atrium, the only thing on your mind is your deep passion for horticulture. What will you do? Jade, play a silly flute refrain. Oh, I could just tap random keys and play.
This is not how flute playing works at all.
Right?
Jade, you're not even holding it right.
That's amazing. This is my new favorite page of Homestuck.
Try holding down a key.
Okay. Oh god. Oh god. Wow, you really suck at this thing. Maybe you should try playing an instrument you actually know how to play instead, like the one in your bedroom. Honestly, you have no idea where this flute even came from. Things seem to appear and disappear around here all the time. Especially, to your unending chagrin, any sort of large orange gourd that might be lying around. You consider throwing the flute down in disgust. Jade, Captchalogue flute. Ooh, we're gonna get a new Captchalogue system, I see. On second thought, it was a perfectly nice flute and there is no reason to take your frustration out on it. You just need some practice. But before you Captchalogue the flute, you will need to set your fetch modus first. Jade, set modus. Roll over above with mouse. Oh, I can actually... Oh! You have a wide variety of fetch modi to choose from. You were really excited when your grandpa bought you this modus set for Christmas. He is a total badass, even if a little strict. You typically opt for the memory modus when it comes to matters of day-to-day practicality. Wow, there's a Ouija modus? There's a battleship modus? There's a Jenga modus. I wonder how that works. So many modi!
I like the Pictionary one.
Oh, that's cute. And there's Boggle. My mom is amazing at Boggle. Like, seriously, she's like a Boggle wizard. I swear.
I've never played.
It's a good game. It's fun. Jade, select memory. You set your modus to memory and Captchalogue the flute. You allot 9 cards to the modus from your deck, since that will be more than enough for your needs at the moment. The modus grabs 9 more cards for matching purposes. The flute is split up on 2 blank cards, mixed randomly into the grid. To retrieve the item, you must first pick 1 card, and then pick its matching card. For the typical Silodexer, this modus presents a frustrating guessing game and a lot of wasted time on mismatching, but you like it because you seem to have a knack for always guessing right on the first try. Jade, squeal like a piglet and fertilize some plants. It is an awfully silly idea and is basically a waste of everyone's time. You will predictably disregard this thought and focus on more sensible objectives at once. Oh my god, this is so much fun. That's hilarious. The fertilizer has also been captchalogued. Jade, consult colorful reminders. You tend to have a lot of things on your mind at once, and you could be a little forgetful. So you keep a variety of colored strings on your fingers as reminders. Each one means there is something different to remember at a certain time. In fact, looking at your index finger reminds you there is something important to remember now. It is your friend John's birthday. The green string reminds you that John's birthday package will arrive today. The blue string also reminds you that John's birthday package will arrive today, though in a way that means something slightly different. You are further reminded that you have some things to do outside your house soon, but you should stop by your room first for some supplies, and most importantly, to see if John is online and wish him a happy birthday. Jade, captchalogue the pumpkin growing next to you. You snap up that pumpkin which seems suitably ripe for the taking. Hopefully the safety of your Silodex will prevent it from being spirited away like so many of its ephemeral predecessors. Yeah, because, again, the time shenanigans, and the wayward vagabond, and the purify. You get the picture. Jade, exit this room. Ooh, there's a beautiful staircase, I see. You make your way to the middle of the garden atrium, where a stairwell joins the 4 atrium wings. Upstairs is your grandfather's laboratory, as well as your bedroom. Jade, captchalogue something. Your memory modus is hardly any fun without much stuff in it, so you decide to stock up on fresh produce and fill some cards. You pick a juicy red crabapple. And it's smiling! Hey! You go picking a nice-looking key lime. Oh, it's got a little face! Oh!
All the fruit have faces.
And then a delicious mandarin orange. These are your favorites. It's so adorable, I can't stand it! And finally, a ripe yellow Eureka lemon. Modus fun aside, you feel it is impossible to have too many fresh fruits and vegetables on hand. Jade, go upstairs to bedroom. You almost never use the stairs. You transportilize upstairs. Just above is your room. Jade, ascend. A lot of ascending going on in this comic, by the way. You enter your bedroom. On this side of the room, you're immediately confronted with numerous artifacts highlighting your various interests. Did you get all those puppets from Dave's brother? You are an avid follower of cartoon shows of considerable nostalgic appeal. You have a profound zeal for marvelous and fantastical fauna of an anthropomorphical persuasion. You have an uncanny knack for nuclear physics, and not infrequently can be found dabbing in rather advanced gadgetry. You enjoy sporadic fits of narcolepsy, your love of gardening transcends the glass confines of your atrium, and you are at times prone to patterns of precognitive prognostication. You consider very briefly the question, what will you do? But you quickly realize this is only one half of your room, and therefore host to only half of your interests to choose from. Jade, explore the other half of your room. Wait a second. I see that. You can't tell me I don't see that. Over here there are yet more articles of your aforementioned interests, and then some. Additional telltale signs of your enthusiasm for nostalgic television mingle with your assortment of game-hunting firearms. You're a skilled markswoman, though your crosshairs would never settle on an innocent creature, anthropomorphically persuaded or otherwise. Your work table is littered with equipment to facilitate your tinkering. For you, experimentation is not a particularly exact science, and you lean heavily on sharp intuition for consistency and eerily optimal results. Nevertheless, you've still not been able to get that broad, flat gizmo there to work, which is a design you've borrowed from one of your grandpa's more mysterious inventions. You're a great admirer of his, and you're not alone. Your grandfather is a world-renowned explorer, naturalist, treasure hunter, archaeologist, scientist, adventurer, big game hunter, billionaire extraordinaire. He has taught you everything you know. But in spite of all his lessons, it is still difficult to escape his stern lectures when you are on the way out of the house to run to your errands. He spends most of his time in the grand foyer, stewing in his own intensity and charisma. And today will likely be no exception. Among the errands you have planned is to venture out to find your pet and best friend named Bequerel. This animal must be fed and will not be happy if he is not. And if he is not happy, then you will not be happy. But first, you should really dig out your computer and say hi to John. Now, what will you do? Jade, quickly retrieve firearms from the wall. Her strife specibus is rifle kind. You equip your trusty hunting rifle. There would be hell to pay if Granddad caught you leaving the house without it. Jade, wonder why the design on your shirt changed. Oh, wait a second, yeah, it did change, didn't it?
It's been changing, actually.
There isn't much to wonder, really. You left the wardrobe fire on its randomization setting. You may contemplate which shirt design you favor the most and commit to that setting in the near future.